Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO. Free, impartial advice on all your debt.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, in association with MTK Global. Oh, get this camera sorted. There we go. Delighted as always to be joined by the one and only Mick Conlan. Mick, I spoke to you on a Zoom call the night before we came down here. I didn't even know you were going to be here, but we're here now. But I want to get to more pressing issues, man. Like something that's really important to me. What did you make of my poker skills last night?
You're a cowboy. You're a cowboy. You shoot from the hip. Sometimes you don't know why, but you just shoot from the hip. So you're a dangerous player because you haven't got a clue.
No, I had a clue. I got 3 straights and 2 in a row. Come on now.
Fucking, you were shooting lucky. That's why you were getting 3 shoots in a row. But it was good crack.
It was good crack. If we were playing for cash and not a tournament, I would have won some money and I would have just bailed.
You could have walked away with some money. You could have walked away when you had money up, but then when I took it off you, it was game.
But you took it off. I think you quit yourself. I think you didn't even look at your cards. You went all in and you failed. You finished 3rd though, but I'm pissed off that Sheldon won.
I much prefer Sheldon than Ian, so I'm happy enough.
That's true, me too. Well, let's get down to it. Your team, Harlem Eubank, this week. He's in a tough fight against Danny Darko. You're not overly confident, but you're very confident that Harlem's going to do the job tonight. You've said on numerous occasions that the progression that Harlem's made in the gym, Adam Booth said this as well, is amazing. He's went from like a novice to somebody who's like practicing his craft second to none sort of thing. So why are you so confident? First of all, why are you so confident that Harlem's going to win? And what kind of performance can we expect from him?
Just everything he's doing in the gym. Everything he's done and everything I'm seeing in the gym is the reason why. He's looking phenomenal. Really, really good. And, you know, his improvements over the last 2 years have been unbelievable. I think he knocks Darko out. It's a real 50-50 fight, but I think when Harlem lands, when he lands that left hook or when he lands that right hand, it's game over. I
said to Adam Booth after his last performance against Martin McDonough, has the sitting down on this shot something that you've been working on in the gym? And he said, yeah, we've been working on that. So have you seen that in the gym, his sort of like, his power and his accuracy and stuff like that, Jim?
Listen, I've been seeing topple people over with 14, 16 gloves on. You know what I mean? It's not like it only happens when he has the 8 ounces on or when he's in the fight. It happens in sparring. He knows he has power, but the thing is he doesn't depend on it. He has skill too, and that's what he's been working on more and more and more. And working on the skill has helped him settle down and helped him land the shots with his feet planted. It's a 50-50 fight. Darko's undefeated, amateur or pro. I know he was in that alliance, and it's probably not the same as the ABA or whatever it is over here. But he's undefeated, so he doesn't know what defeat tastes like. So tonight he'll taste it, and he'll come back. Listen, he'll come back. He's still early in his career. He might be a bit older. He might be 32, I think. But you know, he still has a lot to give, I think. And you know, he seems like a real nice guy, someone who has dedicated his life to the sport after kind of the life he kind of had. And you know, I wish him all the best, but just not tonight.
Well said. I said to Harlem as well there that, I mean, where does he go from here? I mean, the 140-pound division is stacked with talent. I don't want to go all the way to world level already with Josh Taylor and Ramirez and Prograis, Jack Cart and all these guys. But domestically, the Tyrone McKennans, the O'Hara Davises, I mean, is he good enough for these guys in maybe mid-2021 next year?
It's steady progression. No, I believe. I wouldn't have him in with an O'Hara Davis or McKenna in his next fight. No, I would have him fight for the English title, win that, and then progress on to the British. And whether it's whether it's Tyrone Magomedov or whether it's O'Hara or Akeem Brown or Sam Maxwell, who knows? I think that the progression of Harlem will be seen, and you'll see how fast he will move. But he is in no rush. He's still young. He's very young. He doesn't need to face those kind of guys yet.
I've got to get your thoughts on the Golden Contract final. It's a fight that we've all been waiting for since February. Postponed in June, postponed in September. We finally get it, third time lucky, is Jazza Dickens versus Ryan Walsh. Now, you've been around both camps here in this bubble that we're in, Jazza. You've spoke to Jazza, you've spoke to Ryan Walsh. off camera, I hope you don't mind me saying, but you flip-flopped. You've been like, Jazza. And then you speak to Walsh, and you're like, oh, Walsh. And then you speak to Jazz, and you're like, oh, Jazza. It's a tough one to pick, isn't it?
It's the mindsets of both guys. They're both really focused. They both really believe it. I just don't know. I'm sitting on the fence now at the minute. I'm sitting on the fence. I have bets and all done, but they mean nothing. They mean nothing at the minute. And I don't need to say them. I don't really like to post any of my bets, as you've seen before. Because
you're a good tipster, I'll give you that.
When I post the bets, I lose, so I'm not doing none of that. But no, it's one I'm really looking forward to. Two guys that really want it. I've known Jazza and Ryan kind of lately, not much, not really spoke to. I spoke to them, says hello, pass, and I've talked to them for a little bit. But this week, like, I've been with the both Walsh brothers, and their mindsets are fascinating. Them as people are lovely people, but every single little point in every box they went and ticked. And I know Jazz is the same. I spoke to Jazza, and he's ticked the boxes, and he knows what he has to do. And if you look on their last performances, they both performed well. Ryan struggled a little bit with Tyrone until they got him, and that's a southpaw. And he fought the Scottish kid southpaw,
Lewis Paulin,
and kind of struggled a little bit and still got and beat him. But does he struggle with southpaws? Is a question. No, it's a question, and it could start to tip me towards Jazza. But then when you seen Jazza in that last fight with Lee Wood and in a back and forth battle, being the smaller man, you're always in a better position in them in close battles. These guys are both the same height, both the same kind of stature. You know, what way will it swing when they're up close and punching hard? Rand's used to fighting in close. There's two different sides every time.
I'm going to put a gun to your head. Pick one. Would you? Can you?
I can't. I'm towing the line. I'm half out of respect for both guys. I'm not going to go, I think this guy wins or I think that guy wins. I'm just going to stay in the middle and say best man wins.
In terms of the other two Irish, I know you're a proud Irishman, so in terms of the two Irish guys on the card here, we've got they're very young in their professional career, Fergus Quinn and James McGivern. Your thoughts on them and why we should look out for them?
Two good fighters. I'm really looking forward to Fergus. His first fight he fought a real hard opponent, and this fight he's fighting another hard opponent. He's a guy who comes to fight. It's the second fight in his career, and he's taken good steps already. So I'm looking forward to his performance. I'm not sure who James is fighting, but he's a talented kid, and he'll sure look good tonight.
In terms of yourself as well, I think I asked you this on that Zoom call, but I'll ask it again. The injury, and when can we expect you back in the ring? I know that this world title, I keep asking your brother, I keep asking you and stuff like that, but it seems like you're there or thereabouts now. You must be hungry for this world title shot. And when can we see you next in the ring?
I know I'm within touching distance. One fight or the next fight could be it. Who knows? But obviously with my injury, it's put me back a little bit. I was supposed to fight Saturday coming, which unfortunately is not happening now. But I think that St. Paddy's Day looks like it could be the next date for me. And whether it's a world title or whether it's a world title eliminator, I don't know. I'm just fingers crossed, whatever one it is, I'm there on St. Paddy's Day, and I believe that you'll see the best of me then. I've been calling for the big fights now, and I know I'm ready for any fight now. I'll fight anybody at the minute. I've been saying to Jamie, make the fights. He says, come to me, he says, Darko says no problem, says this guy says no problem. So anybody who it is in front of me, I know I'll beat them. I'm very confident of that. I'm just looking forward to getting back in the ring.
And so, man, I'm going to say 100%, no matter what, I'll be there St. Patrick's Day as well. I promise you that.
Of course. Whether it's Ireland, the UK, America, who knows? But hopefully you're there and hopefully you're singing grace.
Thank you very much, Jamie. Jamie, Mick, I appreciate that as always, man, and I will be singing grace. Don't worry about that, my man. Thanks very much, Mick. Thank you.
Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free, impartial advice on all your debt.